All right, let's see if we can one take this. So we've got our oh shit light. That's always on because we don't have an airbag. So it thinks something's up. But again, all we have to do is hit that and it turns off. No lights otherwise. All things good. Pressure's good. Revs are good. Let's do it. One of the greatest things about this car is while the clutch is very heavy, it's got a really smooth catch point. You don't need a lot of revs to get into it, so it's nice in traffic. You can also just sit at 3,000 all day and you get a really flexible rev band where you can sit, and I'm still in first, second. You can do most things in second and third. This car, so low, but certainly feel and hear when that second valve opens in the intake. You get a much better sound when you're actually closed windows. You can hear that intake from behind you. So right at 3,000, and then you push it into 4 or 5, that's when it opens up, and that's when it really gives you that sonorous sound. Downshifting, very easy. It grabs, if you do a little blip, the transmission just grabs that gear, and downshifting is such a smooth, not dramatic experience. All right, coming up here, 64th. There it goes, 4,500, you really get it. You really get this, whoa, it's singing to you. It's a car that appears to be a soprano, you know, beautiful figure, higher pitch initially, tingy, but then when it really gets into it, drops that tone, and it just gives you the best sound. And so you can hear it again here. We're at 4,000. Let's hit it. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. And you're not going that fast. I mean, we crested 60 just there, but you're really not doing anything dramatic to get that sound. And so it's an approachable sound. The beautiful Colorado Front Range ahead of us. We're about to turn on to the highway that goes from Golden to Boulder. Just a smooth driving, beautiful car. Again, pop it into fifth, and you get 23 miles to the gallon on this thing if you're cruising on the highway, 6th gear. Road trips are quite pleasant. And also, kicking on the AC, it's funny, when you kick the AC on, which is this binary, small AC, big AC, you do feel the engine kind of go, ugh, like it takes about 5 horsepower, and you can feel it immediately. So I always thought that was interesting. But AC blows cold. If you want to blow it, if you want it on high, there you go. Now the heat is iffy. The heat on this thing sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. I think a rebuild of this unit will fix that. So you can always take this out, send it out, they'll refurbish it, and then your heat works. Porsche heat, when it does work, is some of the most reliable heat because it's pulling off the engine. There's another clever thing where, through the heat exchangers, they didn't want to waste that heat, so they pulled it off. It's not like there's a dedicated heater. You've got temperature in Celsius here, if you're curious. Just a beautiful, beautiful car. I'm really going to miss this car. Again, so much flexibility in the gear range. If I went from 5th, just cruising, down to 4th, down to 3rd, let's get that sound. So that's it. She's going to go on to a good home. That's another thing about relationships with cars. You like knowing that they're cared for after. The fact that I put so much into this thing, I want it to serve somebody else well, and I also want it to genuinely be good for that person too. And I genuinely want it to give them as much pleasure as it did me. They'll probably do even better things with it. If it's, regardless of the age, the person that takes this car will be happy. It'll either be their bucket list car. If it's an older person, they can finally get into one. Or if it's a younger person, it could be their first step into 911 ownership. At 123,000 miles, it's certainly not the garage queen collector car. This is a car that's meant to go to 300,000 miles. And I've seen them do that. I've definitely seen examples with minor top-end rebuilds make it well past 200,000, and that'll, again, that means it has more decades in it beyond what it's already served. So for that, I'm very excited. Whoever's going to own this car is going to be very happy, and I'll be available to answer any questions about it, but it's pretty self-explanatory, straightforward car, and whoever gets this, you got to keep her for at least 12 to 14 years. All right, Christian DeLise signing off.